Hi, my name's Fashion. Today we're at Solar Salon Studios and I'm going to show you how to do a braid down for a sew-in that you can put up into a ponytail and wear down as well. Versatile is always the key when doing and having an amazing sew-in, so let's get started. So now that we have a braid completed on this side of the head, we're going to repeat this same braid on the other side of our head. So we're going to clip this middle part up and move to the other side. So we're going to repeat the braid that we did on that other side of her head on her second side. So we're just going to braid down like this. Once you get to the end of your braid, you don't have to braid it all the way down to the end because this braid right here is going to be mixed in with the circle braid that you do in the middle. And you'll see what I mean by not having to braid these two particular braids all the way to the end. It's not really necessary. Okay, so now we have two braids, one on this side, and they both are the same. So now that we have two identical braids on either side of her head, we're going to go ahead and start the middle braid. The middle braid is going to be braided in a circle, and then we're going to pull these two side braids inside the circle so it could be a nice smooth transition all the way around her head. So soon you're going to see what I'm talking about. We're going to go ahead and start braiding in the middle. So really what you're going to do is you're going to carve out this little one part in a circle all the way around. And this probably will be the last time that I have to part her off with my comb, because once you get that one circle braid done in the middle and incorporate the two side braids in, you can really just go ahead and start braiding in a circle without having to part. So what I usually do is use a little pomade on the back of my hand, so while I'm braiding I'll touch on the pomade and it's going to help me grip her hair really good. She has beautiful hair. And we want the braid to be really secure, but not too tight. Too much tension on a weave is never good. So don't braid the client's hair so tight that they're hurting. You just want her to be comfortable while you're braiding. Okay, so just a little pomade on my fingers while I braid. Let's get started. So what I'm doing is just going along braiding. And in a second, I'm going to show you how to incorporate that side braid so we can get that end in. So this is where you incorporate your side braid into the braid that you're braiding. All you do is take it, pull it inside, just like that, and keep continuing on your braid. Now I'm coming around to the other side, where my other side braid is. So you're going to just continue on in a circle, and as you go along, you're just going to pick up a little bit of hair as you go along. And at the end of this, you're going to have a nice circle, keeping the braids a medium to small size. You don't want your braids to be too large because then that's how your install gets too lumpy. You see how I'm rounding that corner? Now I'm just basically following the braid I have in previous. Now here, this hair right here is the end of this braid. So I'm just going to incorporate that in while I'm braiding. And now you understand why I was saying there was no need to braid that one particular braid all the way to the end, because you're just going to blend it right in with your braid. So now we come along to the other side where the other hair from the other braid is, and I'm going to just keep on continuing to braid and picking up the end of the other braid that we pulled in and just continue to braid it up. And once again, this is the braid down pattern. So you can pull your install of your weft hair after you sew it in up into a really high bun or ponytail, or you can wear it down with long curls. You see how I'm following my guide around? Braiding someone's hair like this in this particular pattern will probably take about 20 minutes at the most, maybe 30 minutes. Now, if you're watching this, but you're going to get an install and you just really want to, buy the hair from fabhair.com and take it to your stylist for them to install it, at least you'll know what to expect once you get there, as far as how they're going to sew in your install, what kind of braid pattern to expect to get, or what kind of braid pattern to ask for. And if you're a stylist watching this video, then at least you'll pick up hopefully some tips and tricks as far as what braid down method to use. You'd be surprised about how many people don't know the braid down pattern to use so the person can pull their hair up into a high ponytail, which is very desirable right now. So once again, just keep following your braid pattern right around into a circle. I'm keeping my braids the same size the entire time. You're just going to gather up the hair. It kind of looks like I'm parting it. It kind of looks like it's been parted with a comb, but it's not. I'm just gathering it up. And if you do need to part with a comb and, section hair up and clip hair up to make it easier, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the more you do it, you'll be doing it like this too in no time. Just continue to practice, keep watching the video. So in about 3 more minutes, I will be done with this braid down. You're going to know exactly how it should look. And then you can go ahead and switch to the other video to figure out how to put it in. That's where the fun begins. So you see we have our pattern getting pretty cool looking, and we're almost finished with it. One more little time around and we'll be done, and then we'll show you how to tuck that end in. There you go. This is going to be our last one. Now this one you do want to braid all the way down to the end. Because you don't want any of her loose hair to be out. You don't want any of her loose hair to be out while you are sewing her install of the weft hair on. So all the way down to the end. So what you're going to do is take the braid that you've done and tuck it in between the braids that are already there, right inside one of those parts, just like that. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to take a needle and thread. It's going to look like this, a nice curved needle with some thread, and sew that braid down. So while she's wearing her install, the end of the braid does not poke up or come out in any way. Just like that. Now her braid is nicely secure, nicely tacked down. I'm going to tie it at the end so it doesn't come undone. You're going to take your scissors You're going to snip the string, and then you're done. And that is going to be your perimeter braid when you want to do a sew-in and be able to pull it up into a ponytail. Nice and neat. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this video, and make sure you click onto the next video to learn how to install your Fab Hair. So now you have it. This is how you do the braid down pattern for install, where you're going to be able to put it up into a ponytail, let it down when you want to. You can pull it up real high, tie it in a little knot, and have a lot of different ways to wear your install. So hopefully you got it down right. If you haven't, absolutely watch the video as many times as you want to. Then when you have this part down the right way, move on to the next video in our series to learn how to sew it on. Thanks so much. I'm Fashion, and we'll see you soon.